Hey y'all, this is Ash with Optics. Sorry I haven't been around. Had some deaths in the family and a gnarly sinus infection on top of that. But now I am back, and we are going to discuss the new book, The Protector Saga. Let's jump right in, man. We are first going to talk about the greatness of this book and its author, and then I'm going to pause. I'm going to go into spoilers, but I will give a warning before I jump into these spoilers. Now, let's officially begin. So basically, what I like to call the prologue, we get the superheroes versus the divines. And then you fast forward where you get to Brandon, the main person of this story, where he has lost his parents to the divines. What? And when they struck the world and claims Earth's superheroes. But not everyone lost hope in superheroes. Now, let's talk about Brandon. Brandon is of a Jamaican descent and has graduated high school and is moving into college. Now, his parents are dead, as I previously discussed, but he is living with step-parents who are really awesome. And then he has a few cool friends with a fun banter between them, but you get his best buddy, Scotty. And I feel like they're totally going to be sidekicks for life. I totally feel that this Brandon and Scotty are like a Batman and Alfred kind of vibe. I'm liking it a lot. Just a thought. Anyway, Brandon finds out while he's in college that he's a superhero and gets a mentor named Omar, who teaches him of his descendants and the future evil villain named Zazby, and another man named Charles. But he's not the bad guy. He's the good guy in this. I like their names though. Super cool. Currently, the world feels or thinks that the Battle of the Divine is over, but it isn't. It was only a matter of time before a return would occur. Now, will Brandon be willing to stand up to this powerful, evil Zazby when he's basically a newbie to these superhero powers? Y'all gotta read it to find out, man. Now that you have a brief explanation of what occurs throughout the book, you have to talk about the author. And his name is Branson Grant, who wrote a phenomenal Part One to this amazing saga. He is self-published for this book and is quite unique from other books that we've read before. I am so happy that I have had the opportunity to read this. The format is completely different than your usual book. Like, no chapters. Literal straight-through read. You think you're going to read it over a period of a day or two? Nope, you're wrong. Couldn't put the book down. Had to know what's next and what the story had to offer of Brandon and his powers. For example, I could not help my addiction of reading this book because there were no chapters. So I'm at work answering my call queues and literally reading in between my 2 minutes of space time because of this. Sorry, boss, if you are watching this. Now, you must be thinking, well, Ash, what about the downside to this book? Well, only a few minor grammatical errors and maybe the page numbers, the way they're placed. But if that's all I gotta say that I didn't like about the book, well, that's pretty dang great. Definitely a certified must-read for those fans of superhero genres. That's all I gotta say. So you must be thinking, well, Ash, where can I purchase this? On Amazon. The link will be attached to our Instagram, and it'll be on our YouTube description below, man. If you haven't read the book, then you might want to stop now. I'm about to go into spoilers. I will give you a 3-second pause. 1, 2, and 3. Cool, let's go into the juicy spoilers. The first 30-some pages of the discussion for the fall of the superheroes by the Divine was fantastic, completely mind-blowing. The descriptions of each individual character was greatly diversified, which we personally liked, and their abilities were unique and different too to each of those personalities. I liked that each person also had a limit to the amount of strength, and they were also aware of it. It was definitely a shock when basically all of the superheroes just died at the end of that prologue-like section. Enough said, I was shocked. Well, then when you go and fast forward and you meet Brandon and his best friend Scotty, who is super cool, they definitely, like I said before, feel like a Batman and Alfred kind of vibing. I really like it. Definitely a sidekick. You also meet this super cute and basically only girl named Heather. I'm good if they hook up in the end. If that happens at one point, wink wink, please do so. And also, the way Brandon gets his powers eventually and how they evolve, I thoroughly liked and enjoyed how everything just combined together and that story behind it and the additional characters that you end up meeting, like Charles and Zasby, and understanding their reasons for having like this fight that led up to the divine. Super cool. I also really liked how Brandon has to kind of build upon his powers and the amount that he can maintain before he can move on to the next level or ability to control that additional power. Really, really liked how that was written and explained, and is definitely different. But while all this is occurring, if he does overexert himself, then he will just poof, just die. I kind of like that concept and development too. It was really cool and different. I also like the chillaxness, if that's even a word. I don't think it is, of Omar the mentor. He reminds me of someone, and I just can't pinpoint who it is, but I really, really like him. And to be honest, I wanted more of him, and that would be really cool if we definitely can and always have him forever. Oh, I remember. He reminds me of the monkey from Lion King. Bop, you did it wrong. As we move on to that, I really like also how Brandon just kind of, as he's learning his abilities, he just at one point decides to just basically dive right in and take the lead and see how much he can really take on his powers that he just has come to know and learn about. I think it really shows how much Brandon cares about the people and how he just wants to make sure he can be there and help them because he knows what's going to be coming in the near future. And to be honest, that's a great step for any superhero. I love the ending build up for his first action fight. And while he's still learning his abilities, it was super, super awesome. Again, mind blowing. I was literally hooked. Probably didn't even work the last 20 minutes of my workday. Sorry, boss, again, if you're listening to this. Definitely not disappointed. But I am disappointed that I have to wait, especially since you get some really good questions rising in your brain about the villain on the last few pages. It just makes it so exciting. Well, that was my thoughts. Let me know what yours are. Did you find the writing style unique like we did? What powers would you have, and would you know your max effort? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click that bell. Click that bell. Reminder, we did attach the Amazon link to our Instagram and YouTube description below, Mon.